Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing, continuing with some mild conditions out there this morning with plenty of sun and continuing to see some slightly breezy conditions with peak gusts up around 20 knots. Overall, we'll continue to see a fairly mild day ahead as a dry cold front pushes through that will bring on and keep in the slightly breezy conditions we're seeing right now. Do have a decent chance of seeing a wind advisory for a period of time as we move through our day today. Take a look at the current surface analysis. We do see that cold front just off to our northwest, and that's going to sink through the area as we move through the day today. Winds turning more northwesterly behind that as we get into the evening or later afternoon and into the evening, and that's going to bring in some much cooler air back to more seasonable temperatures as we go into the evening time frame. And this high pressure will build in briefly over the region as we move through tomorrow, ahead of a disturbance moving into the area tomorrow evening. It's going to bring our next round for some precipitation. Take a look at the upper level winds, seeing pretty much westerly winds through much of the lowest 25,000 feet, a bit more west northwesterly as we go through the 3,000 to 6,000 foot levels. But overall, seeing our peak wind 70 knots at 25,000 feet, and our freezing level today was at 10,500 feet. Take a look at the current visible satellite. We can see again, not much in the way of clouds, just some high clouds out there and a few clouds right around 6,000 feet streaming through the area. But overall, should see mostly sunny conditions, and we'll see that continue as we move through the day today. If we look at the short-term high-resolution model, see what we can expect. Again, no precipitation or lightning expected as we move through the day today, just some slightly breezy conditions as that dry front pushes through the area. And we'll see cooler air start to move in as we move through the overnight time frame, seeing temperatures back down to more seasonable levels, moving into the early morning hours of Wednesday. Wednesday will be a chillier day, not seeing those temperatures likely struggle to get to 40 degrees for our day on Wednesday, most likely staying in the upper 30s for much of the day. Won't see as much in the way of a breeze through the day on Wednesday, but we'll start to see precip moving into the area as we get later in the day and into the evening time frame. That's when we'll start to see this disturbance coming into the area. It does look like we could see some sleet mixing in with the precip off to the west and northwest, mainly. Some models indicating a very slight chance of seeing that initially as the precip moves through the area here locally, but that's not looking very likely. We should be warm enough where we'll likely see rain for the most part as this starts. It does look like this rain will become likely as we get past the midnight time frame tomorrow night, and that will continue through the morning hours here with some mainly light rain with some moderate showers mixed within this activity. As you can see, some of those higher reflectivity values, particularly as we get into the start of the daytime hours on Thursday. We'll see a very low-end chance of maybe even an embedded thunderstorm with some of these stronger showers possible, but again, maybe about a 15 to 20% chance at this time. As we get into the afternoon time frame on Thursday, should see most of that rain wrapping up and moving out of the area by the time we get into the mid-afternoon, and we'll start to see some breaks in the clouds behind that as well. If we zoom out, look at the longer term forecast here, do have a low end chance of maybe seeing some precip through the area. Behind that system, some light precip, but not looking very likely. Things should be dry, and as we move into the day on Friday, should see dry and slightly cooler conditions moving into the weekend for Saturday, and then we'll see another chance for some rain moving into the area as we get into the later part of the day on Saturday as this next system looks to push through it. Once again, seeing temperatures becoming mild as a warm boundary kind of lifts through the area, bringing some rain chances, and then we'll once again see a similar setup where cold front trailing behind that will bring another chance of rain and some cooler temperatures as we move through the day on Sunday, and then looks like the cooler air will start to settle into the area for our day on Monday as we get into next week. It does look like we'll see multiple rain chances possible maybe as we move through next week. So looking at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, expecting orange conditions for those winds at or above 25 knots as we move through the day today, expecting those winds to shift out of the northwest and pick up to around 10 to 15 knots with those peak winds up around 25 to 26 knots. So a decent chance we'll see a wind advisory as we move through the day today. Do see mild temperatures, currently seeing Our temperature at around 61 degrees at this time, so a bit milder than what we were expecting. This will likely be our high as we move through the morning hours, and we'll start to see things cooling off slowly as we go through the afternoon with that wind shift. Going into the evening time frame, we'll see temperatures continue to cool as some cooler air moves into the area. We'll see our low temperature of 29 degrees early Wednesday morning. That is about average for this time of year, and we'll see those winds lightening up out of the north as we move through the early Wednesday morning time frame as well. Overall, just a few high clouds and a few lower level clouds around the area as we continue through the remainder of the day. We'll see skies briefly becoming clear, and then we'll see some additional mid and upper level clouds start to build into the area ahead of the next system as we get into the day tomorrow. Tides are running normal at this time, and Wednesday we'll see partly cloudy conditions early, and then we'll see clouds gradually increasing, becoming mostly cloudy to overcast as we move through the day. We're looking at green conditions for our weather risk as we do expect to stay dry through this time frame here. Very slight chance of any rain, which would be very late as we get into the evening if that was to occur. But otherwise, just chilly conditions with a high around 40 degrees. Going into Wednesday evening, that's when we'll see that rain chance moving through the area. Does look likely. We do have a red risk for that precip threat and an orange risk for those reduced ceilings and visibilities with that activity moving through. So we'll see a cloudy evening. Rain again likely as we get past the midnight time frame, and very slight chance we'll see any sleet mixing in with the onset of that precip. But likely staying warm enough. As you can see, the low expected around 33. That will be early in the evening, and temperatures will be gradually warming slowly as we move through the overnight and into the start of the day on Wednesday. A very slight chance of a thunderstorm with that shower activity moving through. Thursday, we'll see rain showers continuing early on. Do keep that red risk for precip and keep a yellow risk for lightning with that slight chance. Again, about 15 to 20% chance we'll see any lightning activity with some of those heavier showers pushing through, but overall will be light to moderate rain continuing, and then we'll see that rain coming to an end as we get into the middle of the afternoon, and we'll start to see clouds breaking, but we will continue to see those temperatures rising as we move into Thursday evening, expecting our high around 55 degrees, so back up to more milder conditions. We do keep a yellow risk for those elevated winds, as we will see some slightly breezy conditions, and a yellow for those reduced ceilings and visibilities with that shower activity. So we look into the extended forecast here. Friday looks fairly quiet, maybe a low-end chance of a light shower lingering overnight Thursday into Friday, but things dry out as we move into Friday. Stay fairly mild early on with a high of 55 degrees once again with a mild morning low of 46, and then once again, cool back off, back to more seasonal temperatures as we move into Saturday, a low of 32, a high of 45. That's when that next system starts to move into the area. Looks to be about a 50% chance of seeing rain showers moving through Saturday into Saturday evening. And then we'll see temperatures remain mild overnight Saturday into early Sunday behind that kind of warm sector of the next system. So a low of 43 for Sunday morning, high of 57 for our Sunday. And then once again behind a cold boundary that will be pushing through on Sunday, bringing us another chance for some shower activity. We'll see more seasonal temperatures once again with our low in the 30s and our high right around 40 for Monday. That's going to wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your day.